Okay, hello everyone. So today I want to teach you how to sign in and sign out of Tableau Server using the Python Tableau Server client. Okay, so the Tableau Server client is actually a Python library that actually allows you to administer your Tableau server. It allows you to do a lot of, to perform different operations, to download data sources, to download workbooks, to publish, to perform different operations. Okay, so but today we are going to be learning how to sign in and sign out. So, and in the subsequent videos, we are going to be learning how to do various tasks to administer the Tableau server using the Python Tableau Server client. Okay, so someone might want to ask me that why do we need Python, the Python library, that's the Tableau Server client. Someone might want to ask me that question. And the simple answer to that question is with Tableau Server client, then you can be able to solve some issues. Okay, like probably you want to automate some process, you have the ability, and probably you want to, you might have a problem particular to your server. Probably you want to override the stress. Okay, probably you want to automate process, or you might need some resources and you want to combine them with some Python libraries like the pandas, the numpy. You want to work on some data sources and you don't want to do things manually, so you can easily plug in, bring in your data source, bring in some important resources on your server, and you bring it to the Python environment, and you can combine other Python libraries to solve the problems. Okay, so what we're going to do is, for us to install the library, we're going to type the pip install, um, use your exclamation mark before the pip, then you type your Tableau, okay, server, the client. All right, so now if you run this, it's going to bring this process, it's going to install the library. Okay, but this has been installed already, so it's going to tell us that this requirement has been satisfied already. Okay, so but after that, we're now going to import the library, and when we import the library, we're going to provide the credentials to sign in to the Tableau server. Okay, as you can see, this requirement already satisfied. Okay, so we are good to go. All right, so now, okay, so we need to, today we're going to be learn how to provide the credentials to sign into the Tableau server. We're also going to try to access the TSC endpoint to sign into the server, then we're going to sign out, okay, of the server, okay. If time permits us, we're also going to print all the projects on that particular site of the server. Okay, cool. So let's get to it. So we're just going to import Tableau. So I'm going to say Tableau server client. Okay, and I'm going to import it as TSC. Okay, cool. So the next line is, okay, I'm going to say Tableau. I want to open a variable so that it can take all my credentials. That's my username, my password, and all that. So I'm just going to insert that. So I'm going to insert it in Tableau auth variable. All right. So I'm going to access the endpoint to save my credentials, and that's just Tableau auth. Okay. So now in here, I'm going to specify the information. I'm going to specify my email, my password, and my site. Okay, so I'm going to include my, okay, right. Okay, so followed by my password. All right, followed by my password. and followed by the site I need to communicate to. I want to sign into this site. Okay. Cool. So in here we have been able to provide the credentials, and the next step is to provide the endpoint to the server. So we're going to provide the endpoint, and we're going to save it in the server variable. Okay, so we're going to say TSC dot server. So we're going to have TSC dot server. Then I'm going to have okay. Let me just go there, and so I'm going to okay. So the endpoint, my endpoint is actually https forward, okay, my colon, then / dub 01.online tableau.com / okay. So this endpoint is actually for the online Tableau server. As you can see, I'm actually using Tableau Online, and this process is also the same thing where if you are using a Tableau server, okay, sitting on the cloud or on AWS or premise, okay. But for this purpose, I'm actually using Tableau Online. So so this is my endpoint. Okay, cool. Now the next step is for me to access the sign-in endpoint, okay, to using the TSC. Okay, so what I'm just going to say is I'm going to say with this server, okay, then access. So I'm going to access the authentication method, okay. So and I'm going to sign in, okay, access the sign-in method, okay, and I'm going to say so I'm going to sign in, and in here I'm going to pass in my authentication variable, and in here I'm going to specify the server version. Okay, so but this in here I want to pass in that, okay, use the REST API that's actually particular to this server. So I'm going to say server.use server _ version, and I'm going to open and close the parentheses. Okay, cool. All right, so now at this point we have been able to sign into the server, and we can now sign out. Okay, if we want to sign out. So, and the purpose of this out, and the endpoint to access this is the server dot sign _out. Then you're going to close your parentheses. Okay, so if all things is I'm actually thinking something here, everything is fine here. Okay, but let's run our program and see what we're going to get. Oh wow! So can you discover what this? Okay, so we got an error message, and this error message is saying that server has no attribute sign out. Oh, cool. So wow, this is interesting. So I actually forgot to add the auth class. Okay, so we're just going to access that with the auth. Okay, cool. So now, all right. So okay, we are now. I like this. So now we are in the server and we have been able to sign out. Okay, but how do we know that we have been able to sign in and sign out? Okay, so if I put server, if I say server version _v, okay, and I print, okay, let's print the server version. So I'm just going to pass in the server _v. Okay, so it's going to print the REST API. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, but I want to assure you that we are in the server. We have been able to sign in and we have been able to sign out. Okay, but someone I want to ask me that is not even more sure, is not more convinced that we are already in the server. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is, okay, I'm going to edit this. Okay, so I'm going to edit this and I'm going to print. I want to access all the projects on this site. Okay, so I'm just going to say all projects. Okay, so I'm just going to say all project items, comma pagination. All right, so I'm just going to say comma pagination items, and in here I'm going to specify the okay, I'm going to specify the endpoint server.project to get all the projects on the site. So I'm just going to get all the projects dot get. Okay, open and close parentheses. Now I want to print those projects on the site. So I'm just going to say project underscore items. Okay, so okay, cool. Now let's run our script and see what is going to happen. Okay, cool. So in here we have 3 projects. We have just 2 projects, and this is the first one, and this is the second one. All right. Now this information is very, very rich because in here there are a lot of information that has been returned. Okay, but in the next video we are going to learn more about how to use Tableau Server clients to provision the Tableau Server or Tableau Online. All right, so if you like this video, you can just kindly click on the subscribe button and watch out for the next video. All right, thank you.